Alrighty, everybody. Hello. It's another week, another 2K podcast hosted by RF Ribeiro. You can call me Rib though, for simplicity purposes. That's my whole name. DRF is my initials, and since Ribeiro is the only actual name people see, people started calling me Rib, and it kind of stuck. And I understand it, and now I accept it. So hello and welcome to another little show here, 20, 30 minutes. There are a lot of things that happened this week. You may or may not have heard. Let's start right at the top, right? Quick drops, being gone, and limitless takeoff badge to be specific, also being gone. And in case you don't know, because maybe you're not on social media and whatnot, probably wondering like, what are you talking about? Well, I will show you. Okay, I will show you. Um, we'll start here with the quick drops animation. So if you're not familiar, this is also, by the way, the gameplay director Mike Wang, his account. If you're not familiar with this animation, basically in the game there is one move to finish at the rim that you're kind of supposed to do because it's kind of broken, and it's called the quick drops off one, I believe it. I believe so, something like that. Off 1 foot. It's what it's supposed to imply. And basically, when you do this animation, you can do this from like the corner, and you can fly across the court, and nobody can really stop you unless they're like they gotta be there with you, like in position. They gotta have like a strong anchor badge, probably like a high block rating, and they're very rare. It's a very rare move to be stopped. So I understand why it's being removed. Um, I don't know if it's quick drops off one being removed completely or like if they're gonna rework the animation. You know what I mean? This image itself doesn't say much. Um, and then here's the other one. It's the limitless takeoff badge. Um, and Mike Wang again, the gameplay director for NBA 2K, saying that it is gone. And if you don't know what this badge does, basically, Michael Jordan dunking from their free throw line, but you could do that from, you could do that all the time, anytime you have the ball. If you have limitless takeoff, especially at gold and up, so gold and Hall of Fame. I mean, now you combine this with quick drops and, you could do that. You could do that a lot. And one of the complaints that were going around, and well, now they're being removed or at least reworked in some way, and it's big because that's going to change the inside game a little bit, on the offensive side of things. There's a lot of people that this year had complications shooting, even to right now. Like when I go into the rec, there are games where you're facing people like stacks of teams with slashing takeover, meaning that their builds are purely rim runners. They're trying to get to the rim in any way they can, and those two moves, right? So the quick drops and the limitless badge, that is a lot of people's bread and butter. And I'm interested to know what's going to happen with finishing moving forward. And of course, as you guys know, because you definitely listened and watched to my last podcast, you know that the week of the 14th, so next week, is when we are going to see pro play gameplay uh, for the first time officially. And yeah, we'll see a little bit of what's going on. Now, the next thing I want to tell you guys is a locker code. There is a locker code. It is thank you, my team community, and I'm going to use here DFS, one of my buddies who made the tweet, and I am simply retweeting it, letting you guys know. thank you, my team community. So it's thank dash you dash my team dash community. And you're going to get this little board here where you can get a deluxe endgame or a deluxe invincible. Um, Good luck with that. If you guys actually are listening up to this point in the podcast, let me know what you got in the locker code. That's a good way to verify that you guys are actually listening and or watching. 'Cause I know some of you are, of course, and I know some of you just pass by clicking. But I want to know who the loyal listeners are up to this point. I think I've done 7 of these, with this one being the eighth. So thank you for listening and watching. And I think we'll jump into the ratings now. So 2K has released, the top player ratings as well as some of the lower, like mid-high player ratings as well. So, I mean, Jokic at 98, Antetokounmpo 96. See, there's a gap. Obviously, there's no 97s, which I think is a little odd. Um, I would have liked to see KD, Steph, and even Giannis at 97, and then Luca bumped to a 96. Um, I'm okay with it. I don't see because these are not static, right? These ratings, these overalls are gonna go up and down all year. So I'm never bothered by the initial list of overalls because I know that they're going to be moved around all year. And here are the top 3-point shooters in the game. Of course, Steph Curry, the lone 99. And then there's quite a gap in the ratings. And then you have Klay Thompson, almost barely breaking the 90, along with Luke Kennard and Buddy Hield as the only other 90 plus 3 pointers. Uh, it's interesting. I think I made a tweet reply on this that, Lillard is not even a 90, not even like a 93 point. It's it's interesting, right? That's interesting to me. Um, I think that's the only name that came to my head right away. Like, wait, he's not top five. So, well, it is what it is. Uh, I get it. I get it. While we're talking about ratings, and while I think of other ratings to show you guys, I do want to say there's a Kobe Bryant rating going around apparently of him being 100 overall. I've been asked about this. Is this a true rating? It's not. Unless 2K said it, it's not real. So don't fall for graphics that people are making, saying that Kobe is at 100 overall. That doesn't even make sense. Considering that Kobe is not a player in the NBA right now. Uh, so if he was a 100 overall, it would be for my team, and that also doesn't make sense because it's the beginning of the year. Ah, so you guys, hopefully don't fall victim to fake rumors and whatnot. Now, there's been a bunch of rookie ratings. Of course, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but Victor Wembanyama is an 84 overall off rip, which means he is already as high overall as Jamal Murray was in 2K23, for example. Um, there's a lot of players, and some people are like, "Whoa, like that's kind of insane," and some people are like, "Okay, that makes sense. He's 7 foot 20, and he can dribble the ball like a guard and shoot and whatnot." Um, Personally, again, I'm fine with the initial ratings that 2K seems to give players because overall, speaking only about overall, um, 'cause I understand it's not static and goes up and down based on player performances. So, and then for the WNBA, which I know it doesn't have as many players and fans, but Miss Wilson is the 98 overall. I think the highest overall in the WNBA roster in 2K. I think Sabrina is she like a 92 or 89 or something? I'm trying to find the actual graphic here so that I don't spread misinformation accidentally. But I'm pretty sure she's a 90. That's correct. She's a 90. And just so you guys can see here, even though I didn't show you the other ones, um, yeah, she's a 90. She's the cover athlete. It's why I'm showing you uh, the cover athlete for 2K24. And she got a 90. There was a tweet, somebody saying, uh, why did Wilson get a 98? She's not the cover athlete. And I said, well, Jokic is also the 98 for the NBA, and he's not a cover athlete. But yeah, those things happen like that. And I'm trying to think if there's any rating that I mean, there's a lot of ratings actually, but I don't think it's gonna be. I'm not gonna show you guys every single rating, uh, but I will show you like a big list here. Let's see. So we're gonna go to Reddit for this one. Uh, drums, drums are used or drums ruse, made this post where he kind of collected different screen grabs with different ratings. So I showed you guys the list, but this way you guys get to see some cool little pictures. Cool little pictures. You can see the game. It looks better, I would say. It looks better. I don't know about Devin Booker's face. He looks sleepy, but Luca, there's an improvement in Luca's face for sure. And the Donovan Mitchell one, which is not on this list because he's a little lower overall. The Donovan Mitchell one is also really impressive. His face scan upgrade from 23 to 24 is very impressive. And I don't usually care too much about, these screenshots because we're playing the game in like such a quick motion. Nobody actually stops to be like, hey, look at this, look at how this player looks. Nobody does that in the game. We're doing that now because it's, the beginning of the year and whatnot. But Donovan Mitchell, uh, yeah, surprised me at how much better he looks. And I'm gonna try to find not just how he looks in 92 overall. And so this is how he looks, right? But go and find the way he looks in 2K23 and then compare. It's big jump for he needed that let's just say he needed that jump as well. They made him not too good for 23. Anyway, enough of ratings. Uh who cares about ratings? Let's talk about actually, some gameplay features. And I want to start first by talking about this. Uh there will be indicators for platforms in NBA 2K24. Some people were asking about it during the stream with Stacks and Evan. Uh, they are 2K community people. And basically, what this means, and I explained it to another content creator who made a tweet about it. It's regular procedure. Okay, any crossplay game you can think of, maybe not any crossplay game, but most crossplay games are gonna have um, this little thing here. Okay, and this is from Call of Duty, but basically this is the like international symbol for crossplay. That little screen, and then we'll have a controller next to it, either next to it like this or like directly underneath that screen. That's basically the crossplay logo in a sense, to identify that a player is in crossplay. And what I'm thinking is going to happen is if you're a PlayStation user, uh, you are going to have, and you can see here, this is from Apex Legends. Um, if you're, so let's use Xbox as an example because that's the one in the image. So the guy playing Xbox is on Xbox and therefore shows an Xbox logo, right? The guy with the computer screen is playing on PC, obviously, because that's Apex, and then the controller guy is on PlayStation, and he's in crossplay, and he's either in the Xbox guy's lobby or he's in the PC lobby because um, he's probably in the Xbox guy's lobby because it's not showing the logo. But to simplify this, to simplify it so that it's completely understandable, if you're on Xbox, you're not supposed to see a PlayStation symbol on Xbox because of like licensing issues and whatnot. You can't really do that. And vice versa. You can't put an Xbox logo on PlayStation, even with crossplay. You're going to see the computer, the little computer thingy screen with the controller like underneath that screen or, to the side. You're going to see something like this. And then on PlayStation, it's going to be the same thing. Instead of seeing an Xbox logo, you're going to see like the crossplay symbol. And that's all it is. It's nothing special. Maybe they somehow are able to bypass that and actually include the actual PlayStation and Xbox logos. I doubt it. It'd be cool if they did, right? It'd be kind of neat. But it's not really like a game changer. It's not something that's you know um, too important, I suppose. But there are indicators, of course. But I would have assumed that people already knew that. Of course, there are indicators. Um, and then the other thing involving crossplay is that it will allow Xbox Series X and PS5 players to play on the same team in my career. So they were not joking when they said crossplay is coming to every mode. That's going to include my career, and I know a lot of people are going to be happy, especially like kids. Maybe you got siblings. Maybe your dad plays, and now you guys can play my career together in the NBA. Like that's actually pretty exciting for a lot of people. Maybe the grind. You're grinding your build, but you don't want to grind by yourself. Now you got a buddy to play my career with you, and hopefully that's worth doing because maybe the XP rates and the VC rates and whatnot are great even when you have a buddy there with you. um that's going to be pretty cool actually. The more I think about it, a lot of people are going to be using that feature, so hopefully it works well. And yeah, I think that's all the new stuff for this week with crossplay. And that brings me to the Ronnie interview with USA Today. And of course, you don't have to read the article, but if you want to read the full article, you go to just Google Ronnie 2K USA Today. But basically, Ronnie hints at exciting advancements in jump shot animations, specifically referencing his recent interaction with Jamal Murray on Twitter. So I'm going to read a little bit here. Uh, A jump shot is a little different, though. I think we have some things cooking real soon that I think will make players like Jamal really happy about what their jump shot looks like. So I actually responded to him. I said, I I know you haven't seen 2K24 yet. I know you're talking about 2K23 because Jamal Murray had an issue with this jump shot and he voiced it like what, yesterday, 2 days ago. and he hasn't even seen it, but he was already saying it like, "Oh, I know there's gonna be some issues," and Ronnie basically told him, "You don't know what you're talking about. Like jump shots are a lot better now." Basically, was what he said. It's going to be really exciting to see what he says after we show our first gameplay. I think he and the rest of the community are going to be super pumped about what we've got in store. So, what does this mean? Well, this has to do with the pro play technology that we've talked about before, for sure. For sure. Things are supposed to be a lot smoother in 2K24, like a lot smoother. Um, and that includes jump shot animations. That does include that. What can I say? I mean, there's not much that I can say other than, just think about it, right? What pro play technology can do to, anything that has an animation in the game. So that's defending, that's shooting, that's dribbling, that's passing, dunking, um, the uh, b- bouncing off screens, right? Or even navigating around screens, anything that activates an animation in the game itself. Pro play should have an impact on. Okay, pro play should have an impact on all of that, and I really hope it is as good as I'm thinking it's gonna be. I don't want to psych myself up too much, um, because then the disappointment is gonna be greater. So I like to go from bottom to up. I like to like almost not really think about it too much, so that when I see it, I'm like, oh my god, this is exciting. This is amazing. Um, so uh, it is exciting. It is interesting. It does hype me up a little bit. I'm just thinking, like how awesome animations are gonna be, and I think that's mostly it for this week. Um, oh, there is one more thing. If you haven't watched the most recent NBA 2K TV episode, which includes the Mike Wang interview, okay, you can go to my YouTube channel. I made a YouTube short. It's like 20 seconds long, and you're going to get some information on that interview. It's not really an interview, it's more like a talk. But anyway, I basically I'm recommending you to watch the episode if you have time to. 'Cause I made a tweet about this, and I literally made a tweet about this on the post with the limitless takeoff being gone. You can see this is me right here. Basically, Mike Wang said a lot of the complaints in NBA 2K23 have been fixed for 2K24, and that could mean a lot of things, right? If we go here to my likes, you're gonna see that what's his name? LD. LD liked my tweet. Okay, this is LD from 2KTV who did the talk with Mike Wang, and he could just be liking it because he's like, hey, you watched the 2KTV episode, that's nice. Or he could be liking it because he's like, yes, like listen to this guy that's saying this. And I mean, I'm not gonna repeat myself, but basically, um, think about current issues in 23 and think about uh how much they've been an issue like throughout the year. Like, has it been an issue the whole year? Has it been an issue most of the year? And is it actually an issue, or is it just a personal opinion? Because more than likely, they've gotten to it in 24. Okay, so that's really exciting. And I think that's about it for this week. I mean, oh my gosh, next week is going to be insane. And I might have to start pumping these podcasts more often than once per week now. Because I don't want to wait till the end of the week, right? So I might do like three a week instead of just one, or more. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.